Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about the new Netflix series, Luke Cage. This is the third series now on Netflix, following Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and they're all connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I wanted to put my spin on it, what I thought about this new series, and if it was good or not. Let's talk about it. So, first, we gotta get into the main character himself, Luke Cage, who is really named Carl Lucas, we find out later on. He changed his name to Luke Cage for reasons known. If you watch the series, you'll find out. And I gotta say, I really liked Luke Cage in his Jessica Jones appearance. He appeared in a couple of episodes of Jessica Jones. And now seeing him in his own series, we get to really see him even more rounded as a character. More of his background is introduced, how he got these powers, and it was really cool. I really liked the character of Luke Cage. I think the actor that plays him really does a fantastic job. Seeing his powers displayed, he's super strong. He's kind of like the Hulk for the Defenders, I guess, right? But Jessica Jones is really strong too, so I don't know. But yeah, it was really cool. I was hoping to see Jessica Jones appear on his show, maybe on an episode or two, but that never happened. Spoiler alert, if you consider that a spoiler. But yeah, it was really cool seeing him and his supporting cast that he has, that he lives with, that he knows from when he was a kid, some that he knew now in the neighborhood. So it was great seeing this great supporting cast that surrounded him. One of his supporting castmates are actually killed early off in the beginning, a character that I actually really liked because he was kind of like a father figure to Luke Cage. I don't want to spoil too much about the series, so I'm trying to avoid spoilers, so I might not name drop certain characters, what happened to them. I also really enjoyed the villains in this season. Lots of people really like Kingpin, and Kilgrave was really awesome too. But I will say that the interesting thing about Luke Cage, unlike Daredevil and Jessica Jones, where they focus mostly on one villain, even though they have supporting villains, helping out the main villain, I feel like with Luke Cage it was a little bit different. They actually have multiple villains going on. You have Cottonmouth, you got Shades, you got I forgot what his name is, Diamond something. I forgot what the name was, but it's revealed that he has a half brother that's evil, and the cousin to Cottonmouth. So there's a lot of villains in this series that, in the beginning I thought, okay, so I guess Cottonmouth is the main villain of this series, just like Kingpin, and because he's even compared to Kingpin in a lot of ways. And I really do like these villains, though. They are really interesting villains, and we get to learn a lot about them and their background. And as the series goes on, you realize, okay, so he's not the main villain, this guy must be the main villain. And then you realize, oh, okay, there are multiple main villains in this show. There's not just one focused on, which is actually really cool. I really like that, But they all do tie into the main story. It's not like, okay, here are a couple of filler episodes. It all does tie in together into what is going on, but each of the villains have their own agendas going on, which was really cool. I also have to mention, I really enjoy Easter eggs and references, and there are a lot of Avenger shoutouts in here in this show. Like, unlike Jessica Jones or Daredevil, where they feel kind of shy to say, hey, we're part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's kind of like a blink or you'll miss it type of references in those two shows. Luke Cage actually does use the Marvel Cinematic Universe to their advantage. For an example, this is going to be a little bit spoilerish. They do get a bullet later in the season, where this bullet was made out of the alien invasion, as they call it. As you know, the alien invasion of New York was also referenced in the first Avengers film. In the first season of Daredevil, the Chitauri. And it looks like Justin Hammer, who also gets name dropped at least in 2 or 3 episodes, Hammer Industries gets its hands on some of this alien tech and uses it to create this bullet that can penetrate superpowered beings like Luke Cage, and they use it to go after him. So I really thought it was cool that they played more with the mythology and acknowledged that yes, we are in fact in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is not like vague references like in Jessica Jones when they said, oh yeah, you know, that green giant monster and his friends running around, or in the first in the two Daredevil seasons they don't really acknowledge them, but you see like newspaper clippings or something like that in the background. With this one, you actually there actually is a Tony Stark name drop. Iron Man is mentioned, the guy with the hammer and the big green monster, they're all mentioned exactly like that. So it actually kind of confirms even more that yes, we are letting you, the fans, know. If you didn't catch it in Daredevil and Jessica Jones, we're letting it know here that these shows, these Netflix shows, are connected to one another. Plus, there's references, obviously, to Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and there actually is an Iron Fist reference in the finale, so keep your eye out for that if you haven't seen it yet. I really did enjoy this series a lot. I thought it was really good, really badass. I really liked the hip-hop music that they had playing. I'm surprised with some of the stuff they've gotten away with, and it's stuff like that like some language territory here. I don't even think Jessica Jones or Daredevil really crossed those lines, but I guess they really wanted to make it feel real, right? But you'll never see Black Panther talking like this, for sure. Let's just put it that out there. This is definitely in the 14A, 18 plus area of who the target demographic is for, just like the other two, but this one lets you know it even more. But which is funny because they never say the F word, so it's like, I don't get it. What I think it's going to be interesting is if the Netflix shows ever do cross over with the Avengers, because the Avenger characters are so lighthearted and fun, and then you got the Netflix shows which are more darker in tone and grounded. How do you mix those two up? It will be interesting, I think, especially now with Ghost Rider and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and there are rumors that Punisher might show up in that, who was introduced first in the Daredevil series. It will be interesting to see how things will move forward, if they can pull that off. Maybe that's the testing ground right there. I will say I felt the finale was not as great as it could have been. It was building up to this great conclusion, I felt, and when we finally got to the end, I felt I could have been better. I don't know. I was hoping for a little bit more, and I was surprised about the way it ended, specifically for the character of Luke Cage, because I wasn't expecting the series to end it there like that. So it will be interesting the next time we see Luke Cage, possibly in The Defenders. And they do leave some stuff there open so that when Luke Cage gets his second season, hopefully, it will hopefully continue in a new way. And there are some characters out there that he still has to stop. I think one of the great things people will find about this series is how it relates to today's situations that are going out in the world with the police and the black community, and I think that's what a lot of people will relate it to the most. I think everybody should check out this show. I think it's badass. I think we should all support it. We need more African American superheroes. We need more female superheroes. We need more diversity, and this was really something different. That it was cool. It was really natural. It felt real. It was cool. It was just a fun, great, badass series, and I hope it gets a season 2 because I really enjoyed it. And yes, if you're wondering, if you are a fan of the comic books of Luke Cage, you do get to see the classic suit. They kind of do a little in-joke on it, and it's really good when the moment happens, and I didn't realize at first that's what they were doing. Believe me, you'll enjoy that moment. If you haven't seen the series yet, go check it out. So with that being said, guys, I'm ending it here. I really enjoyed Luke Cage. It was a fun binge watch. I like it. If I had to rank all the Netflix shows, it would be Daredevil season 2 first, then Jessica Jones, then Luke Cage, and then Daredevil season 1. So I enjoy all of them, but if that was my ranking, that's where I would rank them. And with that being said, Netflix, you are doing a great job. Continue making these shows, these awesome shows. I can't wait for Iron Fist. I can't wait for The Defenders, and I can't wait for all these shows to get second, third, and fourth seasons. I don't care. So until next time, guys, like this video if you agree with me, if you've seen it already, or if you just like my opinion, no matter what it is. Just subscribe to my channel and check me out on Facebook and Twitter. And until next time, take care.